have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put two dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Tamir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man will go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make
Queen.
We are
sense.
denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
I'm
Queen.
getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
Touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you.
They manhandled me very roughly. My shoulder is dislocated, literally. It's hurting me very badly. I'm in pain all the time. See this arm? This is as far as I can reach it. Same with this side over here. It's very swollen with the handcuffs. The way they tied them too tight behind my back.
Behind your back?
Yeah, and they put it in a certain position, knowing that it's going to hurt. There was doo-doo feces thrown all over the walls, the floor, the ceiling, and it stunk so bad.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your Saturday Vitamins. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get into it. I see you, Khalid, Herleem, Kathy B is in the house, April, Desmond. Okay, shout out to my moderators putting in work, and shout out to everyone tuned into the Queen and all of my loyal royals. I see you, DJ Big Six. All right, so let's get into it. Most hated bronze flat power god, Bobby Wright is here. All right, you all get those likes up. Remember, it doesn't cost you a single thing. You can do it absolutely for free. I see you, Mary Searcy. All right, Samantha is in the house. Okay. Auntie Leah is here. Kathy B. Okay, so let's get into it. All right, so we're going to be moving right along. I see your root trackers. We're going to be moving right along because we have another video right after this. We got to talk about this election. It's down to the wire in just a couple of days left. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. So listen, this model, former model by the name of Rachel Kennedy, had some very salacious things to say about Diddy. Okay, so let's get into it. Oh, so nefarious. Because she claims that Diddy lured her to Tokyo. Okay, here we go. Now, so first off, this lady says, hold on. Okay, she says that she's a former Playboy model, okay, who was allegedly tricked into a freak off with Diddy. Okay, she claims the disgraced music mogul was a monster who forced her to watch J-Lo videos and directed his employees to do his dirty work. Okay, now she said that they were having a freak off that she was tricked into doing, and while they were doing these salacious things, no less, that Diddy made her watch videos of J-Lo while they were doing the do. This is all so weird. Rachel Kennedy appeared on a Dailymail's Dailymail.com's hit podcast, The Trial of Diddy, where she recounted meeting Combs at a topless club in Tokyo, Japan, called Seventh Heaven, where she worked as a dancer. Now, Kennedy said the club was known to draw some A-list celebrities. Let me just put her picture up here on the screen. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. That's her right there, the blonde. So anyway, it goes on to say that it drew a lot of A-list celebrities, including Combs and his entourage, who came to party one night in 2000. Now, Combs came back the next night and allegedly invited her and her friends to his hotel. Kennedy said when she arrived with two of her friends at the hotel, well, Diddy answered the door wearing a bathrobe and a champagne bottle in hand. Now, I want you all to pay attention because this sounds just like a story that I heard that we all should have heard from Harvey Weinstein. Okay, do you all remember that story where the lady said that she went to meet Harvey Weinstein and it was about a job or in a movie or something, and he came to the door wearing a bathrobe? Okay, so anyway, let's continue. So she says, I realized before we even walked through the door, before we even walked through the front door, that it was just him. Okay, I was like, this is not a party. This is not the kind of party that we were expecting, because she probably thought it's going to be a whole bunch of other celebrities there and whatnot. But come to find out, it was just Diddy there waiting for a whole freak off. Okay, he probably was all oiled up and everything under that rope with his little nasty self. But let me continue. So anyway, goes on to say that it was just him by himself. And I never expected that it would be just him in the room. But we went in and we didn't think anything weird. He was friendly enough to where we decided, okay, we'll just hang out with him. All right. So let me just allow you all to hear the audio. I don't know if I'm playing this video, but with her saying this stuff. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen. I'll put an overlay up here. DJ Big Six said lured to Tokyo. I know, right? Here we go. Okay, with that all being said, I'm going to put an overlay on here because I don't know who owns this video. I don't want any copyright issues. You'll hear what she's saying, though.
Living in Tokyo, Japan, and I was working at a topless nightclub. I was there one night, and 25 people about walked through the door, and it was quite a scene. I wasn't sure what was going on, and then in walks Puff Daddy. Well, I quickly realized how, big he was because he had so many people with him. He told me about having a party and if I could bring girls. And I said, yeah, sure, I can bring girls. And that was pretty much all we talked about, was him going to have a party. The next evening, back at the same club, they walked in again. And this time it was like probably half the amount of people. He was not there. And he specifically asked for me, which I thought was kind of strange because, we had spoken, but we weren't, like on a first name basis. I didn't think. He walked in and, partied for a while, and then asked if I would bring some girls back to his hotel that they had the whole top floor. So we got in a taxi, me and two other girls, and we went up to his apartment, or to his floor, and knocked on the door, and there's Diddy in a bathrobe, with a bottle of champagne in his hand. And I realized before we even walked through the front door that it was just him. I was like, oh, this is not a party. This is not the kind of party that we were all expecting. When we walked in, he was playing videos of some pop star, and I didn't know who she was. And then one of the other girls had told me, that's J-Lo, that's his girlfriend. So he had us sit down, and he kept playing these videos of Jennifer Lopez for us to watch. We probably watched like maybe 4 in a row. And the whole time he was still on the phone, and come to find out later on in that evening that he was talking to her the whole time. She was on the phone. And then to find out that we were watching his girls' videos, it seemed kind of a little bit creepy to me.
Yeah.
A little disrespectful, maybe very disrespectful. He took us to the bedroom and proceeded to get naked. Yeah. And he instructed us to go down on him. And we both did. We had quite a bit of champagne at that point, and we just did what he said.
Yeah.
It wasn't forceful. There's nothing forceful about it. It wasn't impressive. It worked. I mean, it was. If I had to describe it exactly, it was, thin, skinny, and I've seen better. It was not small in it by any means, but it wasn't impressive at all. No. Cassie coming out has brought all these other people forward. She's a hero. She probably doesn't think so. And her memories and the pain and everything she went through is really unimaginable until you see it on that video. I mean, and most people do not act that way. He is not, like I keep saying, he's not human. Those are things that monsters do, that devils do, that I can think of as calling him a monster.
Okay, so I find it all so interesting because, first of all, she literally described Diddy's little Diddy. And who asked her to? Did she just volunteer that information? Because that's exactly how it sounded. I didn't hear that woman ask her about what Diddy had down there, but she sure did talk about it. Did y'all hear that? Said that it wasn't impressive. I mean, I'm not surprised because according to some of the allegations in a couple of those lawsuits, they said basically the same thing. But I just find it all interesting. I just find it all interesting that she gave us a descriptive, characterization of it nonetheless. What say you? It's all crazy. But let's keep going because this is all getting good. Okay. Now, this same model, or shall I say former model, she also said that Diddy was a cult leader. Okay, please pay attention. She had a whole lot to say about Diddy, apparently. Rachel Kennedy calls Diddy a cult leader and opens up about the white parties. Now, model Rachel Kennedy claimed that she was invited to Diddy's room at a party with her friends where she witnessed some strange behaviors. According to the model, the disgraced music mogul was partying with women without any non-consensual encounter when an unnamed person entered the room who looked so violent and angry. Now, they ejected the women from the room, which came off as a shock to them. She said, we just couldn't believe what was happening. First of all, how does he have that much access to Puff Daddy's room? That's the first thing I thought. How does he just come in like that? Well, maybe he was Diddy's boyfriend or boo thing, honey. I don't know. But anyway, looking back at the strange experience, she alleged that the Bad Boy Records founder teaches them the behavior as because he's their boss. She added that he's the puppet master of this, and this is why people think it's okay because he's teaching them that this kind of behavior is acceptable. Now, he's like a cult leader, and these people are his disciples. Discussing the recent charges against Diddy that led to his arrest on September the 16th, she said, his people, if not physically participating in this, they're participating in just knowing. Okay, and Diddy's reps have not reached out for comments to respond or give comments. So this comes after the Last Night rapper has been denied bail twice and is set to await trial in jail. What do you all think about this? Now, keep in mind, this lady is not someone who's suing him for anything. She's just coming out saying certain things. I guess she just wants to give her own 2 cents. But meanwhile, but here's the thing, though. What kind of weirdo is sitting there making people watch videos of J-Lo while he's doing the do? Now, when she first came in, she said he was on the phone with somebody, and turns out it was J-Lo, and he had them sitting there watching these videos. He probably was on the phone running game to J-Lo, like, yeah, baby, I'm missing you, and this and that. He probably even started singing that song, Missing You, that he wrote for Biggie. Probably started singing that, and then had her listening to her own videos in the background while she's on the phone, and she's thinking, oh yeah, my man's missing me because he's even listening to my videos. Little did she know he's got women sitting there, okay, that he's about to get in a whole freak off with. Diddy is just such a scandalous person, okay? He is just such a scandalous person. Diddy's size is the reason he's fighting the dookie demons and hate women. What? You all are dreadful. Rachel Jones said video, music video, or SEX. Well, she said it was J-Lo videos, so I would assume it's her music videos, beloved. Okay, Sandra said, great analogy, Queen. Thank you. Okay, but let's continue because this is all bad. Okay, so now here's what they're saying in the latest, okay? Miami Beach officially takes back Diddy's key to the city. And they've officially severed ties with him. And so they say that Miami Beach has severed ties with Diddy officially, revoking his key to the city amid his ongoing legal problems. Now, the now disgraced rapper was officially stripped of his honor this week in light of his arrest, indictment, and avalanche of sexual assault lawsuits that have been piled up against him. Okay, 9 years after he was first awarded the key to the city. We're told that Miami Beach Mayor Stephen Minor and the city commission voted unanimously on the decision at an in-person hearing Wednesday. Now, our sources tell us, this is coming from TMZ, our sources tell us that the mayor still has to officially sign off on the resolution, which is imminent. Commissioners Joe Magazine, David Suarez, Tanya Katskoff-Batts, and Alex Fernandez were the sponsors. They say Diddy was honored with the ceremonial key in 2015 for his contributions to the music industry and his role in organizing the Revolt Music Conference in Miami. Now, in June, the city officially rescinded October 13th as Diddy's as Sean Diddy Combs' Day. The resolution to revoke the day from the once music mogul was taken away after the Cassie assault video became public. So Diddy losing his key isn't a shocker. We broke the story earlier this month that city officials were in the final stages of taking back Diddy's honorary key. So this is not the first time he's lost an honorary key to the city. TMZ broke the story that he returned New York's key in the city to the city in June after Mayor Eric Adams sent him a request in a letter. They reached out to his people and haven't heard anything back. It's interesting they don't have anything to say when these things come out, but nonetheless, Mark Agnifilo has time to sit down with TMZ and get involved in the whole documentary. Meanwhile, at the same time, trying to get everybody else to shut up and be quiet. Okay, don't y'all find that interesting? Because I really do. I really do. Now, I understand the point that they want the people that are accusing him that are anonymous. I understand how they would want these people to have to be able or to have to come out and say who they are and not be able to just use pseudonyms. That makes sense to me because you have a right to confront your accuser and you should know who the people are so you can get your defense. But as far as him trying to get everybody to be quiet and silent, but his family and his legal team can even say whatever they want to say, do documentaries and all that. Well, that just doesn't make any sense to me. That just doesn't make any sense. And quite frankly, it's hypocritical. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, with that all been said, hold on. I was trying to find this video. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's continue. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Now, they also came out talking about Diddy's NDA. They said the freak off NDA revealed that you can't talk ish about anyone in my world. Basically, what Diddy said. So, Diddy's parties for the rich and famous have long been shrouded in mystery, but now TMZ can see why. Okay, because we've obtained a standard NDA that Combs had asked party attendees to sign. The document, which is a pretty standard non disclosure agreement, prevents signees from sharing information related to Diddy, his family members, current or former employees and partners, spouses, friends, business associates. Now, I find this interesting because TMZ is just now getting a copy of this NDA. I showed you all this a year ago. Okay? I showed you all this last November. Y'all see that? You all see that? Now, at the end of the day, it does basically say you can't say anything about anybody. Okay? It does basically say that. I told you all. Hold on. Let me pull up the real one. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share this on my screen. This is one from September of 2022. You all see that? That's one of the non-disclaimers right there. Okay? Look how long it is. And like I told you, I'm not going to read it because I've read it to you all before. It does basically say you can't talk ish about anybody. It's real crazy. Okay. And I can't believe that anybody ever even signed it. I mean, they had to have been desperate to be around Diddy in his circle. Okay. Because first of all, the stuff in there is just quite frankly ridiculous, in my opinion. Now, remember when the people went to the jail the other day and they said the interagencies had an operation. They're trying to find out about the drugs being smuggled and the inmates turning up dead. Well, now they're claiming that they seized drugs and weapons in a sweep of the jail where Diddy is being held. Federal authorities have confirmed that they seized drugs, homemade weapons, and electronic devices during a sweep of the jail where Sean Diddy Combs is being held on FTX trafficking conspiracy charges ahead of his trial for next year. Now, the Bureau of Prisons, which headed up the interagency sweep of the Metropolitan Detention Center, also known as MDS in Brooklyn, that began on Monday, said the action was not related to Combs' detention, but was pre-planned and coordinated to ensure the safety and security of staff and inmates. Now, here's the thing. Like I told you guys, I think it's a whole lot more to it than this. I find it interesting that this stuff has supposedly been going on for years. People have been complaining about these things. And now all of a sudden when Diddy's there, now they want to have this little interagency operation. I think they went in there to try to find out what's all going down, where the cameras are and all of that stuff, and how Diddy can turn up disposed of, okay, if you catch my drift. And then they can just say that he did it to himself, sort of like the Epstein debacle. That's just what I'm thinking. Now, I could be absolutely wrong, but I also could be absolutely right. So the jail, which holds 1,200 people, has been under renewed scrutiny since 2 men were fatally stabbed over the summer. 5 inmates were later charged with murder. Now, 4 other detainees and a guard were also charged with assault over the incident that included an incident that included a man who was stabbed 44 times by 3 gang members, and one in which an inmate was stabbed in the spine with a makeshift ice pick. These people are out of pocket. Now, an MDC corrections officer was also charged with shooting at a car during an unauthorized high-speed chase. Violence will not be tolerated in our federal jails, U.S. Attorney Breon Peace said, adding that the charges should serve as a warning to those who would engage in criminal conduct behind bars and anyone else who facilitates those crimes. Your conduct will be exposed and you will be held accountable, they say. Now, the detention center has in recent years held Jeffrey Epstein, co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell, and currently hosts cryptocurrency swindler Sam Bankman-Fried, along with Diddy, whose lawyers have made poor conditions at the jail a part of their argument for bail. The music impresario, who is facing over a dozen civil claims of sexual assault, has asked the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals to grant his release after twice being denied bail by two separate judges in Manhattan. Now, the arguments are set for Monday. A federal grand jury will also hear. Okay, so it goes on to say a federal grand jury will also hear new evidence against Combs next week, which is expected to include testimony from a man. They must be talking about Courtney Burgess, okay? The person that was on here. So prosecutors have also urged a federal judge in papers filed late Wednesday to reject requests for Combs' defense team from early disclosure of evidence, including his accusers' identities, describing the request as blatantly improper. Now, the Justice Department said that the requests were a thinly veiled attempt to restrict the government's proof at this early stage of the case and to hijack the criminal proceeding so the defendant can't respond to civil lawsuits, or so he can respond to civil lawsuits, and poses a danger to witness security. Now, the celebrity news website TMZ last published that what it said was a non-disclosure agreement that Diddy asked partygoers to sign before attending one of his notorious gatherings or freak-offs. The NDA document directs signees not to photograph, film, or record, or have another person photograph, film, or record Diddy or anyone in his orbit without his written consent, and specifically names social media sites where attendees can't post photos to without Diddy's permission. Okay. I saw 50 calling out Oprah. Well, a lot of people have been calling out Oprah. Okay. Not to mention Allie, what's her name? Allie Carter. She said some things about Oprah and Obama too, if you all remember. Ella said nobody would read it entirely. Well, that's true. A lot of people do not read contracts, because that's what an NDA is. It's basically a contract. A lot of people do not read these things. You know, they don't read the things thoroughly, and that's for their own. Hold on, let me see what this is. TMZ's talking about. Hold on. Okay. So they're talking about the TMZ documentary. That's a clip from that TMZ documentary. Has anyone watched that? Has anyone seen that TMZ documentary, The Downfall of Diddy? One's in the chat if you all have seen that. I have not watched it yet. I keep forgetting, actually. But have any of you all seen that? One's in the chat if you have. Patrice said, Queen, did you get my email? No, I didn't. Let me check real quick, beloved. Thank you. While I'm doing this, let's have a word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes. Like, sub, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so with that all being said, you can purchase your 12 Tribes hair oil at Etsy.com. Look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so with that all being said, thank you, OG Patrice. I just found your email. Okay, so it says 50 Cent bashes Starz and cuts ties with network over Diddy interview series. I have no idea why they wouldn't clean this up. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what's going on here. So 50 Cent says that his relationship with Starz has ended, and Diddy might have had something to do with it. Now, the G Unit rapper and the TV network have had a rocky relationship over the years, despite a successful business relationship that spawned several hit TV series. 50 Cent's real name, Curtis Jackson, made his entrance into the TV production over a decade in one of his early shows, with one of his early shows, Power, on Starz. Now, that's still one of his most successful ventures to date. So, in case you doubt the success of the series, it spawned 3 spin-off shows that also became television blockbusters. Naturally, it's sad to see 50 Cent and Starz now going their separate ways after giving him the Power franchise. But perhaps Fifth might have good reasons to end his business relationship with the network. Now, the rap mogul has in the past complained about the deal that he had with the network and has bashed the hierarchy on several occasions. In an interview with Hot 97, 50 Cent shared that Starz CEO Jeffrey Hirsch's alleged connection to embattled rap mogul Sean Diddy Combs was the final straw for him. According to Fifth, Diddy views him as a worker bee, and the Starz CEO tried to get on this network to do an interview series familiar. Hold on. And the Starz CEO tried to get on the network to do an interview series similar to what Fat Joe is doing. They say in Starz even struggled in other areas. They were trying to create another version of what's going on there with Fat Joe on Fat Joe's show. So Fat Joe has a show. I didn't even know that. Okay, so anyway, it goes on to say, I would have did that too in a different way because it's obviously growing. But that was a Puffy production. Now, this is what 50 is saying. He says he helped me with the Revolt deal. He put the Revolt deal together for Puff. 50 continues, while adding that he is not at all threatened by the network's head. Now the guy's the CEO and you think you over me? No, they're not over me. I don't give a F what your job title is. All right, 50, stand 10 toes down and tell them how you really feel. Now, 50 also posted a screenshot of a 2022 Deadline article about Fat Joe and Diddy's rumored interview show for Starz. Now, the show reportedly had the backing of LeBron James's production studio, Spring Hill. Fifth criticized the network for allegedly not axing the show despite the allegations and federal charges against Diddy. So that's a good question. So I see why 50 don't want anything to do with it. They're still going to go through with this deal, even though Diddy's facing all of these nefarious allegations. He said, this is a ish head move for me. Okay, this is a shite head move for me. This is what 50 says about Starz. Okay, he says, I have no idea why they wouldn't clean this up, but I'm not selling any new series to this network. Diddy is awaiting trial on charges of racketeering and S trafficking. His trial date is set for May of 2025. Well, this is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So what do you all have to say about this? Auntie Leah says, how do we join your channel membership, Queen? Oh, thank you for asking, beloved, and thank you for your donation to the channel. Peace, love, and blessings. Could one of the moderators please put the channel membership link in the chats? Please and thank you. Okay, so with that all being said, let me see what 50 Cent on this interview. Hold on. Okay, this is an interview that 50 Cent did with Hot 97. Hold on. I want to play some of this interview, but I don't know the timestamps. And I don't want to be sitting here listening to the whole thing because it's like an hour. Okay, I don't blame 50 for severing ties with Starz. Kudos to him. I mean, I don't either, but I definitely can't believe that they're going to continue to, go ahead with this, with all of the stuff that Diddy has been involved in or alleged to have been involved in with all of these nefarious allegations. It just sounds crazy to me. Just sounds crazy. But let's talk about Kanye West. Also, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Now, they say these children They said kids didn't even know who Diddy was, but yet they turned him into a meme. Teens have turned their hold on. Okay, they say these teens have a cascade of jokes about the disgraced hip hop mogul, making him the internet shorthand for a boogeyman. So since the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs in September, it's been impossible to scroll very far on Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram without running into a macabre joke about the rapper and entrepreneur better known as Diddy. Everything from his alleged freak-offs to the baby oil bottles that were seized by authorities at his homes. This has all become fodder for jokes for teenagers all over the internet. Now, Diddy's home has also become a joke. In recent reports, the online game Roblox, which is totally popular amongst kids, researchers found over 600 Diddy memes or Diddy-themed games, including Survive Diddy and various Diddy party simulators. Most of the kids likely had limited knowledge of who Diddy was before the arrest last month in New York, where he was charged with trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Now, for those born in the 2000s, Diddy's cultural ambiguity reached its peak when they were still toddlers. Now the details emerging from the disgraced hip-hop mogul, including the seizure of the now famous thousands of bottles of baby oil at his home, as well as reports of the videotapes of his so-called freak-offs, okay, during which Diddy was allegedly drugging guests and engaging in sex acts. Okay, this is all shaping their perspectives. It appears that a generation coming of age today has turned him into a shorthand for the boogeyman. They say the trend has gotten so widespread that teachers have taken to TikTok to lament the prevalence of Diddy jokes in the classroom. Now, a teacher went viral last month after a list of banned words in the classroom started making the rounds online. Alongside Gen Alpha stalwarts like Skibidi Toilet and Riz, Diddy's name was right there. Many teachers on the so-called Teacher Talk have shared similar stories. Rian Durand, a teacher in South Africa, went viral on TikTok earlier this month after invoking Diddy as a threat in his high school classroom. So hold on, let me get this straight. Are they saying Diddy is Candyman now? Because that's what it sounds like. So they're now saying that Diddy is like Candyman, like don't say his name 3 times looking in the mirror. Are y'all hearing this? Now teachers are even threatening their students that Diddy's going to get them if they're not behaving. Are y'all listening? This is all. Diddy has become an urban legend. Okay, Dragon Lily said, my children never knew who he was until now. This is all hilarious, but let's continue. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. So goes on to say that the teacher went viral. This South African teacher went viral on TikTok earlier this month after invoking Diddy as a threat in his high school classroom, saying next person to talk goes on Diddy's list. And this is what he says to the noisy class, who immediately got quiet. They're saying they don't say no homo anymore. At our school, it's now turned into no Diddy. He tells me over the phone. Now, when the Diddy story just came out, the school was completely fascinated by the story. And this was before we knew that it involved minors. So it was just bottles of baby oil. It was tunnels and everybody was talking about it. Now, Duran says he was inspired by another inescapable viral trend, English or Spanish, initially made popular by the TikToker. Okay, so goes on to say, this was made popular by a TikToker by the name of Alfonso Pinpon, who would walk up to people and ask them English or Spanish, and they reply in either language that they choose. Okay, so anyway, now after the video went viral, Duran says that he went back and asked his students if they even knew who Diddy was. He said, I was like, guys, how many of you actually knew who Diddy was before the story came out? And there were about 5 or 6 who said they knew who he was, but it's really thrust him into the limelight with the younger generation. Not everyone thinks the jokes are funny, of course. Diddy's alleged crimes are horrific, and Duran said that he faced a good deal of backlash for seemingly making light of a serious situation, saying it's definitely opened up discussions in class, debating about what was funny and what is not funny. But I don't think teenagers think beyond the bottle of baby oil. They don't think beyond the memes. Now, Ryan Broderick, who runs the Substack culture newsletter Garbage Day, points to teens' propensity of dark humor and says the reason it seems like Diddy memes have taken over the internet. He says there are people who still have t-shirts that say Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Okay, I think when you're dealing with an age group as young as your average TikTok user, they have both an interest in current events and also they sort of love edgy humor. I think this is true for every cohort of young people online, he says. This sort of stuff is classic. So today's young people definitely are more plugged in than prior generations are interpreting the world around them in familiar, albeit accelerated ways. Okay, Broderick, who is a millennial, says that there's a direct corollary to Michael Jackson, who was the butt of many high school jokes when he was younger. It might be just that some things move faster just because the media moves faster. Okay, so anyway, basically, like I said, Diddy sounds like he's turned into a whole urban legend at this point. Diddy's turned into the Candyman. Right, Bobby Wright said 1, 2, Diddy's coming for you. Reggie said, let the parents explain to them. They should have questions. Exactly. Okay, so anyway, this is all crazy. Now, let me go to this. Remember I played the interview for you all the other day on News Nation with Courtney B. It was like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to play the whole 11-minute clip so you all can hear what all he was saying. And so I can see what you all think. And I want you to, because when I interviewed him, it was 2 weeks ago today, I do believe. So today makes 2 weeks when I interviewed him. Since then, he has done so many interviews. I find it all very interesting. And not only that, he's been in so many publications, TMZ, the Daily Mail. I mean, he's really making his rounds. Now you have to ask yourself, how has this man gotten so much notoriety so very quickly? Okay, because like I told you guys, he's actually in Daily Mail as of the 1st of November. It says a witness testifying before the grand jury in Diddy's trial claims that he had seen videos of major celebrities being victimized at the hip-hop mogul's notorious freak-off parties. Courtney Burgess testified before the grand jury on Thursday about the tapes, which he says came from a flash drive kept by Diddy's ex, Kim Porter. Now, I'm going to tell y'all who he said gave him the video, because I heard him say that on somebody's show yesterday. Who he said gave him that information. Now, the tapes are said to show at least 2 male stars who were underage at the time. It's unclear if Burgess provided the videos to the grand jury or whether he simply told the jury about them. He joined News Nation. So we're going to go to that News Nation interview, because I'm telling y'all, something in the milk is not clean. All right. I'm sorry. It's just something ain't right. Something ain't right. Right? Because here's the thing. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but what he's doing is he's going on people's shows doing interviews, and he's saying a lot of stuff that we already have found on the internet. Like I saw him on somebody's show yesterday saying that Mary J. Blige was messing around with Danny Boy when he was 15. Well, we already know that. Danny Boy said that himself. In fact, I told you all that a year ago. Okay, I showed you the video of Danny Boy said that himself. This is not exclusive information. He's not exposing anything. A lot of the stuff he's saying is stuff that Gene Deal and Jaguar have already been saying, stuff that's already been out. So I'm just like, why is everybody listening to this dude? Because anybody can mimic what somebody else has already said. And some of the stuff that he's saying, he's just blatantly making up as far as I'm concerned. I'm not buying into it. I still don't believe that book is authentic. I still don't believe what he said about those flash drives, because now he said on this guy's show, well, I'm just going to let you all hear it yourselves. I'm just going to go to the footage and let you guys hear it after we watch this News Nation video. I'm going to go ahead and get that cued. Okay, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share my screen.
Testified before a federal grand jury. He says he was in possession of a trove of digital evidence from Diddy's freak-offs and parties. His name is Courtney Burgess, and he says a friend gave him 11 flash drives that belonged to the late Kim Porter. And if you follow this story, you'll know that Kim Porter is Diddy's ex-girlfriend and the mother of 4 of his kids. On those drives, the witness says 8 videos featured 8 celebrities at Diddy freak-offs or parties, and that 6 were males, 2 were females. The drive also included a manuscript of an alleged Kim Porter memoir, a memoir that her 4 kids insist is fake. Courtney Burgess told his story on a podcast before he told the grand jury today. And after he told the grand jury, and I mean immediately after, he booked it over to my set and he and his attorney talked to me. I should tell you that he was very limited in how much detail he could go into about his testimony. And because the 8 people in the videos, the 8 celebrities in the videos were allegedly victims of sex crimes, we know who they are, but we will not be naming them, famous or not. Here now is my conversation with Courtney Burgess and Ariel Mitchell, who's his attorney, beginning with the question of whether the participants in the video even knew they were being recorded.
Should I request a drum roll?
Backed Biden in the middle class.
Were there any cameras in places where you'd assume privacy, like bathrooms?
Well, I've never been in this house, but the picture, yes. That's where it took place. Yes.
You're aware of surreptitious cameras that were recording in private places like bathrooms.
I didn't see the cameras. You could tell how the person was angled. I knew that it was a camera there because I was there. I was there. I don't know if the person was too tall, he was holding it or whatever, but I wasn't there.
May I ask you this, Courtney? And Ariel, you can jump in on this as well, but I want to hear from Courtney first. Your home was raided by federal authorities, and I assume it is because of this material. Is that true?
I wouldn't say that. They just went to every one of them looking for me. They said, the paperwork said the 24th, that I had to be there the 28th, and then it was the 27th. I said, I can't make it there, that's tomorrow. So I don't know. From the look of it, it was 4 days.
And I want to be specific.
Ariel?
Now I want you all to pay attention, because when he was on my show, you all know that he told me that the feds came and confiscated the information from him 2 days before he came on my show. Now he's saying that they were looking for him and all this. Pencillo said, Queen, I'm tired of Satan. I'm tired of waiting. Who isn't, honey? At the end of the day, it's all nefarious. Thank you for your insight and also for your contribution to the channel, beloved. Peace, love, and blessings.
When we talk about a raid, we're talking about when a subpoena is served for documents, a search warrant or an arrest warrant. In this situation, Mr. Burgess was not in any way, shape, or form had a search warrant or an arrest warrant issued for him. It was just them serving a subpoena. So when the federal government needs to serve a subpoena, they use the Marshal Service to come to all of your residences if you have more than one residence. So in this situation, they sent marshals to all of Mr. Burgess's residences, and that was somehow construed or understood or turned into a raid, but he did not face a raid. It was just to serve him a subpoena.
Ariel, do you believe that the subpoenas were issued and executed based on the federal authorities' knowledge that these flash drives existed and had this kind of compromising material?
I think it was based on statements that Mr. Burgess made in a prior interview.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if
Appeared
they
to be.
were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be.
me rephrase
right,
it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appear to be either inebriated or intoxicated or into the influence
All
drugs?
of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized.
Yeah.
Meaning
Victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it, what they was doing.
And of those 8, how many seemed to be potentially minors?
2 to 3, possibly 3.
2 to 3. Also on the flash drives, Courtney, was what looked to be a manuscript written by, it appears to be a woman who had taken Kim Porter's private journals and had written a book. Is that accurate?
We don't know.
I
don't know how. Yeah.
I don't know how, who wrote it, put it together, but it was from her when I spoke to her.
What you received on the...
When he spoke to who? When he spoke to who? He said he doesn't know who put it together. He literally told me that he's the one who pressed it up and put it together. I just want you all to pay attention. This man is a whole liar. But let's continue.
Flash drives, was it the completed book or was it notes from Kim Porter that later were made into a book?
It was completed. It's only 60,
Okay.
only about 54 pages. It was
Sure, and in the beginning, it says, Kim made me promise that if something happened to her, I would make sure this book became public to the world. The way Sean moved, I knew that was a promise I would have to fulfill. Kim knew I was a woman of my word, and this book was going to make it to print. So it sounds like it is a woman who wrote up the notes from Kim Porter. Does that sound accurate?
It's how you read it, yes. I haven't even read the book.
Do you know who the woman is?
No.
And to be clear, he received it in its complete form. So I think just to make sure we have some clarity here, the manuscript that Mr. Burgess received was already in its complete form. It's not that he edited it or changed anything.
Got it.
He did give it to someone
Makes
else
sense.
who then edited it, but that's not how he received it.
Okay, so Ariel, did your client, Courtney, receive the book from the woman who seems to have written it, saying, I'm a woman of my word, and this book is going to make it to print?
I don't know if he received it from a man or a woman. He can answer that.
I received it from a man. I tell you, somebody she was dating.
911, what's your emergency?
Please, I need you to help my mommy.
What's your name, sweetie?
It's Mercedes.
Do you know if the notes from the book really were from Kim Porter?
It was, yes, because I spoke to her probably like 6 hours before I received it.
You spoke to Kim Porter?
Yes.
So Kim Porter.
Just saying hi.
Okay.
Just saying hi.
Okay, Ariel, go ahead and give me clarity on the timeline.
No, I'm trying to get him.
Okay, listen, guys. I want you all to pay attention to something. You have to be observant or you will not catch the lies. This dude literally just said that he got the book from a man who was dating a woman who was Kim's friend who initially wrote the book, right? Isn't that what he said? I'm telling you that when he was on the show last night or last night, he said that he got it from Shakur Stewart. That's what he said. Kim Porter's ex, the one that died. He said he got it from Shakur Stewart. I know I'm not hearing things. I'm going to play that audio after this is done. Please pay attention, honey. The lies are continuing.
To provide clarity of Was there a conversation with
No,
her?
I was
or
talking
just-
to the person, and he said, hold up, this is Courtney, be right here. Let me say something to him. He said, I know him, put me on speaker. Then that's how we end up speaking.
And then later, somebody else came and brought you the manuscript.
Right. Before I left ATL.
To the best of your knowledge, Courtney, do you believe that the manuscript is truly based on Kim Porter's diaries? Because there is a lot of dialogue in there. It is pages and pages of actual dialogue, which, I mean, I can't remember breakfast today, let alone dialogue from 5, 10, 15, and 20 years ago.
I guess this is a woman's scar. You understand? Maybe, what she been through. It's, I'm not a woman, so I'm just going by I got female friends and relatives. They always come to the house scoring because what went on in their relationship. And when you're scoring, you can't forget it.
Important to stop down here for a moment and note again that Sean Combs is accused. He has not been convicted of any crimes. And so far, everything against him is an allegation until it is proven in a court of law and a jury either decides or he decides to sign a plea deal to any of these crimes. But at this point in the story, Sean Combs is not guilty of any crimes. He is currently under indictment. He is currently being held on bail. But if you're at all curious about how Courtney Burgess feels about Diddy today, I asked him about that too. And here's what he had to say. Your lawyer just said, the story the tapes tell are the story of Diddy from the last several decades. And I know that you've known Diddy for a very long time. Can you describe what that story is based on what you now know to be true, the last several decades of Diddy's behavior and the reason he's now sitting in lockup?
I think I've been doing it for 35 years. I think we probably entered the music business at the same time. He entered with Uptown. I entered into Big Beat, Atlantic. At the time, I guess he was ambitious. He was then from ambitious went to doing anything. And then from doing anything to didn't care about nobody, who he could beat. And then he ended up turning into Lucifer today. I look at him, I know y'all call him Diddy or Puffy, I call him Lucifer.
Have you ever run a background check on yourself? Oh, that's so crazy. What else is on here? The moment of truth. Angelina. Yep, there's.
Okay, you all heard that. You all heard that. He said that he calls him Lucifer. Okay. Well, now let's listen to this video that he did yesterday. Like I told you guys, this audio for this video or this interview that he did on yesterday. Now, please pay attention because y'all heard him say that he got that book already pressed up and already completed from a man who was dating the woman who supposedly wrote the book. Okay, that's what you heard him say. Now, please pay attention. Now, I'm going to put an overlay on the screen. I'm going to share my screen, and we're going to listen to this whole thing because it's like 11 minutes, and I don't remember which part exactly he said what I'm talking about.
I remember down at the Apollo, and 411 was baiting at the time. But, this guy, you can see what he about with her. She got a big career. And Danny Boy, when I knew Danny Boy up in Cali, Danny Boy was 15. She used to sleep with Danny Boy, and she sleep with Danny Boy, then he hitting Danny Boy. So you got a threesome. I believe that's one of the girls today who filing charges on. I don't know who she is. I don't know what they're doing. And I think she's about 18 right there. She looks a little about 18.
Now, what he's talking about here, they're showing him some pictures. Okay, they're showing him some pictures, and he's telling them who he thinks the person is. Hold on, let me let you all see. Okay, that's the picture from the lawsuit. But let's keep listening.
Keep going, Tommy. Yeah, it's just it's disturbing how you know the number of people who appear to be underage in all of these things.
Let me just say this. Now, you all just heard him say that when he knew Danny Boy was 15 when Mary J was messing around with him. Well, like I told you guys, that's on TikTok. Hold on, I'm going to verify it because I've played this for you all before. Hold on just a second. I'm going to let you all keep listening.
You know, I think that's probably what we're going to see on these superseding indictments. It's got to be, man. It just keeps coming back to the underage thing again and again and again. It's terrifying.
And you know who that is?
Go on.
Yeah, you know who that is, right?
Who is it,
No.
Tommy?
I don't know.
That's no.
Now he's showing them a picture and he's saying, you know who this is. I'm going to let you all see the picture. This is a picture of some guy and Diddy is standing behind him, putting like an ice pack, or it looks like something with water and ice in it on top of this man's head. Okay, hold on. Maybe you can see it better. Okay, this is what he's talking about. Now just listen to what he says about this. I'm still looking for that Danny Boy video.
For the drink thing.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess he like when his head cool off. I don't know what those guys be doing. I don't know what the guys be doing. You know, I just hear it later. You know, I get calls and everything. They call me pizza too. And they said, you ain't hear the thing about, they say, take pizza out the box, throw away. I said,
now I want you all to really pay attention because this is where it's getting real good with the lies, honey. He's sitting here talking about they call him pizza. Now they do call him pizza. They do call him pizza apparently, okay, because I remember him telling me that, but also there's something online with his name on it and it does say pizza, like maybe that's his nickname. But what I want you to pay attention to is what he's trying to tie that to when he said he heard the call and they said take the pizza out of the boxes. That's that fake Diddy phone call from jail. I don't know how anybody thought that was real. That is a fake phone call. It's not even AI. It's actually a man trying to talk like Diddy. And he just recorded himself. That is also fake. Now, some people have been spreading that around like it's a real authentic phone call where Diddy got leaked. It got leaked from jail when Diddy's talking to his son. And he said something about hide the pizza boxes. How many of you have heard that? One's in the chat. If you've heard that video, put ones in the chat. That call is absolutely fake. That's why you didn't see me play it on here. Okay. But anyway, that's what he's talking about. Now, we'll get back to that in a second. I want you all to listen to what Danny Boy says, because this is Danny Boy. This is audio of Danny Boy saying himself. This is nothing that he's breaking or exposing. This is Danny Boy himself saying in a TikTok video all the way back from 2021 that he was messing around with Mary J. Blige when he was a minor.
He was murdered for saying Mary was not. Because at that time, she was minor. 15, 16 years old. She flying me in to see her. And, you know, some girl back up on you, young and shit. I was trying to show her that.
Now, I'm not going to play the whole video. You all heard that. He said Mary J was flying him in when he was 15 or 16 and all of that. Okay, so Danny Boy already said this stuff. So this guy's not saying anything new. I just want you all to pay attention. But let's go back and listen to what he is saying. What he was just saying. Okay, likes up, everyone, please like and share. When he's talking about that phone call, I'm going to rewind just a little bit. So where he goes back to talking about that fake phone call, acting like it's real.
They call me pizza too. And they said, you ain't hear the thing about, they say, take pizza out the box, throw away. I said, I'm not worried about them. They talk about Jesus Christ. I got God watching my back. You understand? I wore bulletproof vests for my whole year, my whole time Tupac was alive. But who said?
Now, see, he's trying to make it as though Diddy was making a threat on him. This is really interesting how he's doing this. He says that he's known Diddy for 30 years. They've had this beef and all of this. And now he's trying to make it as though that phone call that supposedly leaked from jail when Diddy's saying, take the pizza and put it out of the box. Like this is a reference to him. That's why he's like, I'm not worried about them. Okay. Are y'all listening and talking about bulletproof vests as if that's some sort of threat on his life? Is this dude the feds? I have a whole lot of questions, but let's continue.
Same fatal. You understand? If I got to throw it back on, just swerve him away, it's got to be that. That's Andre Harrell. He's the owner of Uptown. He's sitting too close up on him. You know, men don't sit like that.
Okay, now here's a picture he's showing Andre Harrell and Diddy. Let me just let you guys see this. All of these pictures he's showing, by the way, just like the pictures he showed me when he was on my live for the interview, all of those pictures are online. These are nothing exclusive that he's showing. All of these pictures, every last one of them that he shows on here and that he showed on my video are all found online. Okay? That's what you ought to pay attention. Because some people are so ridiculous. I can't believe everybody on the internet's acting like this dude's just 100% authentic. Okay, let's not forget that I'm the first one who called out the fakeness of Grandmaster Jay. And I told y'all he was a whole agent. Okay, and I told y'all he was going to disappear from the scene. They're probably going to act like he gets arrested or whatever. And that's exactly what happened. Where is he at now? I'm telling y'all, these people can't fool the queen, honey. Everybody else can be fooled, but not me.
No way. Men don't sit like that. Nah. They definitely don't sit like that.
And he's no longer with us, right? Andre Harrell is another one that
he died the same way he did I'll Sure.
Election alert. Election day is on November 5th. Who you vote for is private, but if you vote, it's public information.
Jamie Foxx, Kim Porter, and God knows, Heavy D.
Heavy D, yep.
Yeah. He died all the same way.
Well, it doesn't make any sense, man. People at that age don't usually. It's just an odd thing, man. Too much smoke. My hope is that the superseding indictment that the grand jury is meeting right now about these things, man. I'm hoping that these families get some justice. Families that have been waiting a really long time.
I've been waiting for 35 years. Yeah, 35 years.
Sorry for your loss, man. I know your proximity to him was really close. I'm sorry for your loss. That was just awful, man.
Yeah. Shakur Stewart too. Everybody. Even can't forget.
Now, I want y'all to pay attention. You all just heard him say Shakur Stewart. Did you all just hear him say Shakur Stewart? Now, I want you all to listen. Just keep listening, okay?
Gaddafi, they killed him up in Orange Projects from my hometown. Shot him in his head during the Mike Tyson fight after they left L.A.
Courtney, you said there's two versions of Kim's book, and the version that was released was the PG version. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Because you asked about the exes, right?
Yep.
Yep. This is how it came. I never wrote nothing in the book. This is how it came. I dropped it.
Damn.
Got Snoop, they holding hands, rubbing hands. Can you see it?
Yep.
He looking crazy because somebody took a picture.
I want you all to listen to this, okay? I wrote it back just a little bit. Now pay attention.
Because you asked about the exes, right?
Yep.
Yep. This is how it came. I never wrote nothing in the book. This is how it came. I dropped it.
Damn.
Got Snoop, they holding hands, rubbing hands. Can you see it?
Okay, so now he's showing the picture of Diddy and Snoop. Looks like they're holding hands. He showed that on my live. That picture is also online. Nothing exclusive, but let's continue.
Yep.
He looking crazy because somebody took a picture of him holding hands, and then you got him and his son baby oil down.
Let me show you all this picture. He said that's Diddy and his son baby oil down.
Yeah, that's just disturbing as hell, man. Wow. That is disturbing as hell. Allegedly, they got tapes, of him and his dad that at the same freak-offs. There are people out there saying that they got both of them in the same video. Good Lord, man.
This is the strangest thing. Can y'all see it?
He's showing more pictures.
Yep.
You see how young they are?
Yep.
Now, the strangest thing about that, Snoop claimed he wasn't cool with Diddy. But he, on tapes with Pac, such and such, his son grew up with Diddy's son. When he left Death Row, He'd go to Bad Boy's house or whatever, and he'd plan it out. When they went to New York, he didn't go upstairs. He went to Angie Martinez and met up with Biggie and Diddy. Came back, Suge told him get his behind on the plane with them. He got scared. He tell you, I got a blanket put on my face. I had a butter knife. You know a butter knife. Only person that act that nervous when they do something. I don't call him Snoop Dogg. I call him House Dog. You understand? The reason why I call him House Dog, he always laying next to Suge feet. You understand? Then his uncle come in. That's Tupac. Let's go, Snoop. Pac used to always take his music from from Dad's. Coming in, I want that beat. And you look at all the pictures, Snoop looking sad.
You know, true story.
You understand? Sad, mad, hate, envy. You understand? This man stood in court with you and helped you go through the whole thing about murder charge. And this what you do to him? You understand? I could be wrong. They could have bought that $1 million back. That's why they can't find it. But what hitman take checks? That's what you gotta understand. Hitman don't take checks. Not the movies I watch. You understand? Not the people I don't know who do hits, but they don't take checks because they don't want to see you get on paper trail. You know, he can hate me for it, hate me for saying.
Welcome to Willing Way, an addiction recovery center in Georgia.
All this, I don't care. I lost brothers behind this.
The viewers are asking, what book are you holding with these photos?
Now, they're asking what book is that. He's holding up the Kim Porter book, and I want you all to listen closely because this is when he's going to say that he apologizes to Al B. Sure.
Kim Porter, Tell It All. So there's two versions of the book.
This is the rated R. Just the rated R.
So the version that got kicked off Amazon was the PG version?
Yes, and let me apologize. I didn't mean for them to put Kim Porter face on it. I want to apologize to the family, the twins, and her family. You understand? For doing that. It wasn't done on purpose, and I really do apologize. You understand? You can find this at Jamal, JAMAL -millwood.com.
Now, please pay attention. He said that it wasn't done on purpose. How do you put a cover of someone's face how do you put a picture of someone's face on the cover of a book, but it wasn't done on purpose? And also, please pay attention to now, he's trying to tie himself to some woman that supposedly wrote this book and put it out and gave it to him, or her boyfriend gave it to him, not saying anything about Chris Todd. Okay, the person who he was telling me that they were working together. But let's continue.
Jamal Millwood.
Yeah, with a dash between the L and the M.com.
And is that book banned off Amazon as well?
Nah, everything I do, I own. Amazon can't control anything. I think they can't say they banned it for the face is because there's other books on there with the same face, same picture, selling. You understand? One thing I know, and I want to apologize to I'll be sure as well. You understand? I want to apologize to him. But they know the book is real because he said he followed it. Gene know it was real, but he got kind of personally because I call him the gatekeeper guard. You understand? You bragging about you was bodyguard for this guy, all the stuff he did, all the stuff you see. I ain't say he had to snitch, but you got to stay there and take it for money. All money ain't good money where I came from.
First of all, how's he trying to talk trash about Gene Deal? Because Gene never said that he was there when anything suspect happens or whatever. At the end of the day, Gene broke ties with Diddy. So why is he sitting there trying to, first of all, besmirch Gene Deal's character for one, and for two, he's now trying to apologize to Al B. Sure when that book has stuff in there that Al B. Sure claims are lies, putting it as if he had something SCX going on with Diddy, okay? And then remember, he said on my channel when I interviewed him that the reason Al B. Sure was mad is because Kim's face was on the book. And that's not what that was. Now he also just said, if you're listening, that the reason Amazon pulled the book down is because it had Kim's face on it, and there was other pictures on there, other books with Kim with the same picture on it. I'm sorry, what does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? This guy is lying, okay? Southwest West Houston, Texas said he's consistent. He's inconsistent because he has never read the book when he was with his lawyer. He said he never read the book when he was with his lawyer, but in interviews, he's saying what's in the book. Exactly. Okay. And also, when he was with his lawyer, he acted as though somebody gave him the book. But like I told you, he told me that he's the one that put the book together with the flash drives that he had. He pressed it up himself. That is literally what he said. Now tell him to his face.
You understand? And one thing I can say, Diddy ain't stupid. He ain't get this far being stupid. He did stupid things and caught up. Diddy ain't gonna let you sit around him and he do all this and he ain't playing part of it. Y'all all know that. All of you know that. He is not going to sit there and indulge in something and you just sit there. You want to help some type of way. You understand? So he can say he's not. He get all mad, call me lie. He sit up there lying all through the thing. I got texts from people from Rolling Stone said he's lying. He was in the park with you in 99. There's a park in LA. They had a big thing. He stood while they started fighting.
Now, I want you all to pay attention. Now, they said that, or he's saying that Rolling Stone got in touch with him and said that Diddy's lying and that he was in the park with you in 1999. So now he's trying to use Rolling Stone to legitimize himself. How the hell would Rolling Stone know if he was in the park with Diddy in 1999? How would Rolling Stone know if Diddy was lying? Okay, please make it all make sense. Okay, this is all so crazy at the end of the day. And didn't he say in one of the interviews that he never met Diddy? When they asked him, didn't he say that he never met Diddy, that he knew him but never met him? So what were y'all doing in the park together if you also never met? Like, this is all real crazy, but see, this is why you got to pay attention to it. Because I don't know why liars lie.
With bats and everything. He was there. He was busy holding with his hand around Diddy, walking through the crowd or whatever he was. Or he wasn't. But I know I seen him because they told us that's Diddy, that's his bodyguard. I ain't care. They stopped me from approaching him. But I said, no, let me let it go because I don't want to add gas to the fire.
People are asking who chose this name, Jamal Millwood?
Who chose this name? His father was doing a book called Into the Gut before he got, I had to pull it because he was on parole and he had the same judge for parole. He didn't want the parole officer to see that, he changed from what he was doing. You understand? And he used Jamal as his new name. That's what it's supposed to be today, Jamal Millwood. Today. So that's the, my little code up there. But, represent for Pop, because that's who I met Kim with. You understand?
They're asking how you sourced Kim's notes for the book.
Now listen to this, you guys. They're asking him how he sourced Kim's notes for the book. Now remember what he said on News Nation, that it was a woman who gave the information to her boyfriend who gave it to him. It was already, the entire book was already put together. Now listen to this when the guy just asked him.
How
were her notes sourced?
What you mean sourced?
Sourced.
Oh, how I saw it? When I met up with Shakur Stewart.
Y'all heard that, right? Didn't y'all hear that? He literally just said when he met up with Shakur Stewart. That's what he said. So now he got the book from Shakur Stewart? Let's keep listening because this is all nefarious.
That's how I had met up with him. He gave it to me. I don't know if he looked at it or not. He probably did to see what he was about, but that's how I got it.
So what do you make of the reaction from Kim's family?
They did. I never spoke to them. Only one I knew who said something was Albie said was it true in there or whatever. And I wasn't there. I can't say it was true or not. But to skip him, again, I apologize. the thing about it is, it has to be true what it's saying here because it spoke about her broken nose.
Hey, Georgia, looking for quality, affordable.
Now, did you all just hear that? He said it has to be true because it spoke about her broken nose. What does that even mean? How does that mean that it has to be true? Okay. At the end of the day, and how long is he claiming that he's had this? Because Shakur Stewart has been deceased since when? Wasn't it since 2008? Shakur Stewart found in a bathroom of his home in Atlanta suburb, self-inflicted. Yeah, Shakur Stewart's been deceased since 2008. So are you all trying to tell me that he's telling us that he's had this book in his possession since 2008? Kim Porter died in 2018. Are y'all listening? Are y'all listening? Are y'all paying attention to this? Red White Entertainment said that's his source. He literally just said it. I'm going to rewind it so you guys can hear this again. This man said that he got it from Shakur Stewart. Shakur Stewart died in November or in 2008. Kim Porter died in 2018. How could he have gotten Kim Porter's book, Her Last Words, from Shakur Stewart 10 years before Kim even died? Are y'all paying attention? Because I am. This is why I told you all the guy was lying. Okay, please pay attention. And people want to sit up here and try to cape for this guy and act like, oh, the book's true. That's because people are desperate for clout and YouTube checks. Hold on, I'm going to rewind that back. Doggone it. Hold on. It went to another video. Hold on. I'm going to rewind it back so we can hear this again.
I mean, his father was doing a book.
Okay.
So that's the, my how
were her notes sourced?
What you mean sourced?
Sourced.
Oh, how it saw it? When I met up with Shakur Stewart. That's how I had met up with him. He gave it to me. I don't know if he looked at it or not. He probably did to see what he was about, but that's how I got it.
Okay, you all heard him say it again. What are you talking about, RG Titan Queen? He was probably capping when you had him on your show. Of course he was. I told you all that. Where have you been? That's why I took down the video right after I did the interview. I already said that days ago. Yes, he was lying. That's the whole point of me telling you all right now that he's lying, because he was lying then and he's lying now. That's the whole point. Yes, he was lying. Beloved, he absolutely was and still is. I need y'all to pay attention, because at the end of the day, see, if you're not paying attention, okay, you're not going to catch what he's doing. This dude literally just said Shakur Stewart gave him that damn book, and Shakur Stewart died in 2008. So when did Shakur give it to him? It had to be before he died. And if that's the case, it had to be before 2008. And if that's the case, how the hell did he get it from Kim Porter, who didn't die until November of 2018? Somebody make it all make sense, okay? Because I'm sure that I'm not going crazy here. All right, but anyway, I got to go because I got another live to start. I just wanted to let you all know that liars lie, and don't ask me because I don't know why liars lie, okay? I have no idea. But what I do know, there's a whole lot of fools believing this man and sitting here caping for him and saying, oh, it's authentic and this, that, and the third. People need to wake up. I'm not going to call people fools for believing his bullshit, but what I am going to call people fools for is sitting up here verifying and acting like it's all so authentic when they don't even know. They're just going along with what he said. Because somebody literally did a video titled Proof that the Kim Porter book is real. Please sit down somewhere. Okay. And then somebody else did one talking about the feds confirmed that the book is authentic. Please sit down somewhere. No, they didn't. Okay. I'm telling y'all, people just be on here lying to be lying. All right. This is all nefarious. Laverne said Queen catches all the liars. Okay, I sure do. It's my discernment, honey. This is all crazy. All right. So with that all been said, I love you all to life. Each one teach one. And I think this guy is the feds. Because why is he doing all this? What's the point? Because remember, he said he had to turn himself into the feds, right? But he also said that he had the feds come to his house and confiscate the information from him, the drives and the videos and all that stuff. He literally said that on the interview that I have, and I still have that video. See, now he's out here saying whatever, because when I talked to him after the video, after the interview, he was asking me about my interview because he didn't see it on my channel. And he was asking me where it was. Okay? He was asking me where it was. And I didn't want to tell him that I took it down because I know he's lying. I just told him that YouTube took it down. Because he was lying and so was I. I just told him, yeah, I lied and told him YouTube took it down. But really, I took it down. Okay, so he thinks that my video is gone. So now he's out here saying other stuff that doesn't align with what he said previously. Please pay attention. Little does he know I still have that video with the proof and facts. Okay? Auntie Leah called me a lie catcher. Okay? And so anyway, with that all been said, I love you all to life. Okay, each one, teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. We'll be right back after these messages, okay, with another live. And we got to talk about this election and the nefariousness of it all. All right, so until next time, beloveds, peace.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen. Why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got